It is Tuesday, April 7th. So I went to Menards yesterday, and I am glad I brought an expert with me. We are working on a project that required trips to several departments in that massive store, and I am thankful for a couple of things. First, my friend, the expert, has done a similar project, knows his way around a giant American-sized hardware store, which is what Menards is, and knew of at least 5 things to put on the list and get that I simply would not have thought about with my zero experience on the major focus area of this project. So yeah, that probably cut out several trips for us. And then secondly, I brought a notebook and I wrote a list before we went. And I am very glad I did, because that saved us a few things when we needed to get 4 something and not 2. And when something else we were in danger of forgetting. I did feel a bit like a personal assistant following somebody around, like a page from King Arthur. I did feel a bit like a personal assistant following somebody around that place with a notebook, but it did save us a few times, and checking things off of a physical list is just, it's fantastic. And it wasn't my usual small notebook, which is this guy. I brought the unwieldy University of Minnesota 3-ring binder with yellow engineering graph paper. The leather-bound one there is more portable, and it's pretty fashionable. Fits well in any small attaché. But the plasticky outer bulk and yellow graph paper on the other one is far more suited for engineering projects, especially. I unfortunately left it in my buddy's garage, so I will have to come back and add it as the thumbnail for the video, or show it off tomorrow once I retrieve it. Or just stay tuned, subscribe for more updates on whatever I really feel like talking about. I think I will clean up the coffee nook of my kitchen and do a pour-over video one of these days. It's something that nobody's asked for, but I do pretty much every day, and I put a lot of conscious thought into it, so it is the sort of thing that can fill up a good 3 to 4 minutes, and me rambling over the top. There are a few things that I will need to work out, such as mounting the camera phone, disposing of the old coffee machine, which is really just unsightly, not great for the shot, and then making sure that the general grout and counter area is presentable for the camera. There's also a bit of technical stuff involved. I have to run any video I take with the cell phone currently through a re-encoder software on the PC to get it to work properly, and that's to work properly with the video editing software I use. And then I upload it to YouTube, and I think it does some more re-encoding on, however they decide to do it for HD and SD formats. It works technically. You can get video from one device to the other. But I watched a cell phone video that I had uploaded on the video about the trip to Florida, and it is super blurry and rough to watch after going through those multiple stages of processing. So I need to break that down, figure out if there's a more efficient way to do it, or keep everything in a single format from the get-go to avoid reprocessing artifacts. And those do sound like valuable problems to solve, truly. But I will say that the emotional reaction I had looking through the old yellow graph paper notebook showed some pages that I had filled probably years ago with pen ink during an old playthrough of the game Factorio. That is, in short, a game where you are an engineer who has crash landed on a planet and must build an enormous and complex factory so that you can eventually build a rocket and escape the planet. At least that was the goal the last time I played it, which again, probably several years ago. And it has received an expansion called Space Exploration, where you're going to space and building more different factories. I have waited, I have put off sinking my teeth into that game or any other major factory builder for, I think, several years now, because those high think games are definitely very appealing and they're very satisfying. But when you have put all of your daily thinking power into, say, software engineering or debugging or corporate bullshit of any variety, there are very few spoons left in the evening to dedicate towards that particular type of game. So luckily, I am just the administrative assistant for the Secret Hardware Shop project. My tangled frontal lobes are settling back into nice, smooth, orderly piles, and at some point here, I think in the near future, it will feel good to retangle them with some factory design and the inevitable troubleshooting that comes with it. But I do need that notebook because, much like going through a giant American hardware superstore, um, it feels good to use some pen and paper to get some of that thinking process down. Something that I don't know if my 12-year-old self would have understood or agreed with.